So it's time to make your main dining room reservations on your Princess Cruise. But what exactly are your options and what is the main dining room? Let's chat about it. Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm a Princess Cruises certified expert, and today we're breaking down exactly everything you need to know about the main dining room. So the main dining room is those big, grand dining rooms that you see on cruise ships. These are complimentary and are included on your Princess Cruise, so no extra cost no matter what fare you choose. This is a table service option, so you are waited on by wait staff, but you don't have a bill at the end because you already paid for it in your cruise. So let's break down the three meals: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All the information I'm about to give you is based on our own personal experiences and information available at time of filming. Things are always possible to change. Princess loves to make changes, and your sailing might not be exactly the same information, but it should give you a good idea of what might be available. In order to know your exact dining times that your dining rooms are open, be sure to check out your Princess Patter. This is the schedule that's given to you the night before, and that way the following day you'll know when it is open, exactly which dining rooms you need to go to for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dinner is a little bit different because it's going to be based off your reservations, and I'll talk about that in a bit, but definitely need to check it out for breakfast and lunch. We absolutely love having breakfast in the main dining room. This gives us an option of a port day express breakfast or a sea day more expanded menu, but we have never had any issues asking for something off the menu. They tend to want to have stuff that's a little bit faster and a little bit easier to make on the port days because it's a shorter dining time usually, but we haven't had any issues asking for a little bit things different. In our experience, it is usually in the dining room that's the hardest to find. So on a lot of the ships, you actually can't access this dining room from the forward and midship elevators. Usually it's deck 6, depending on the ship, but on our experience, usually deck 6. And so what you have to do is you go to a higher deck like deck 7, go to the aft elevators, the elevators at the back of the ship, and then take that down to the deck that you need to go to, deck 6, for example. So make sure you check out what dining room this is open for breakfast and figure out how to get there. It is walk-in only, and we recommend getting there like as soon as they open because we've never had to wait for a dining table if we are there right when they open. If you wait till a little bit later, a line will start to form and potentially you might not get to have your meal there because it's too busy. We personally love to go at opening, and because we do that at the same time every day, we usually get our same table and our same wait staff, which is fabulous for how we like to cruise. In my experience, lunch is a little bit different and is only open on sea days and not on port days. So sea days is when you are at sea, so like the ship is just sailing along in the ocean and isn't at a destination. And port days are when you are docked at a specific destination, whether or not you are docked there at that time. So for instance, say you're not docking until 1 p.m., your breakfast is still considered a port day breakfast because you are going to be in port on that day. So sometimes people get confused because they're like, but we're not even in port yet. It doesn't matter. It is a port day on the schedule. Therefore, you are getting a port day experience. So regardless of what time you come into port, I have not really seen Princess have a lunch option on port days. The lunch menu tends to be the same because you only have like 1 or 2 lunches, if depending on your cruise, maybe 3 lunches. We haven't experienced that many differences between the different lunch menus. Again, this is walk-in only and usually in that same dining room that you had for breakfast, but be sure to check your Princess Patter to know exactly which venue you're in. Now, before I explain dinner, I want to just mention that on some ships, you have a complimentary option for an afternoon tea. Princess has been starting to charge for this on some ships, and personally, I don't know that it's worth it, but basically it's a tea service on sea days where it's like a brunch where you have like those little sandwiches and teas and what are those things called? Scones? Is that what I'm thinking of? And your cream and whatnot. And so it's like a nice little afternoon tea service. I don't think it's worth paying for, but that's me personally. But I have also heard of how expensive it is on land. But I feel like Princess's service for this afternoon tea just maybe isn't worth what you pay for it on the ships that they are charging for it. We have done it on multiple ships with the complimentary option, and the complimentary option is great. If you're finding this video helpful, be sure to subscribe for more Princess information. We also do news, tips, advice, all that kind of stuff. So if you're into Princess or you have Princess cruise planning, be sure to subscribe. Now, when it comes to dinner, Princess does things different than some other cruise lines. So maybe you've cruised with other cruise lines and you basically have like an open seating where you just kind of make reservations on the ship or show up, or you have a set dining time. Princess does it a bit different. Princess has 3 different options, and you can't actually do any reservations until you are after final payment. So once you've made your final payment to your cruise, then you can make your reservations. The exception to this is if you're a Platinum or Elite, but if you're Platinum or Elite, you probably aren't watching this video because you probably already understand the dining on Princess, but for those that are not Platinum and Elite, you have to wait till final payment. You are going to want to make your reservations as soon as you possibly can. Just because if you have a set time that you want to eat at, it is better to do it as soon as possible so you don't have anything fill up. Also, if you are cruising with other people and you want to eat with them, you need to make the reservations earlier because you need a bigger table. It might fill up for that too. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to do a how to make reservations video, because I'm happy to do that. But you can add other parties to your reservation by knowing their booking number. When it comes to dinner in the main dining room, you have three options. You have traditional dining, you have flexible dining, and you have walk-in dining. So the walk-in dining is exactly that. You just show up when you're ready to eat. You might have no wait, you might have a long wait. You might have the same table a couple nights and same wait staff, but other times you might not. Like, it is very much like you show up and they place you where they can. We've had great experiences doing this, especially when we were not quite sure how we felt about the main dining room. And so we've done this before. We also like it when we're cruising with bigger groups of people or like different people where it's like sometimes these people might eat with us and sometimes they won't eat with us. It just allows us with flexibility to not have this like set dining time and set dining experience where we might eat with other people and we might not want to. If you've cruised with other cruise lines, you're probably used to traditional dining. And so this is where you have like usually an early dining time and a late dining time, and you're set at that dining time for your entire cruise. Princess had this years ago, and then they kind of took it away and made it all flexible dining. And then they brought it back in because people were like, no, I want to have a traditional dining experience. So they brought it back, and then they kind of shifted a little bit, because back when we were cruising even last year, there was basically a 5 o'clock dining and a 7:30 dining, and that was the only traditional dining times. And so with traditional dining, you have your same wait staff and you have your same table every single night. What I have noticed now when we were making reservations for our cruises this summer is when we're doing the traditional dining, it is just meaning that we are having the same time every night, and not necessarily a 5 o'clock or a 7:30. So we might have a 5:15, for instance, with the same wait staff, the same table. But I wonder if this is just to help spread out some of the dining in like more of a staggered way. But I'm not quite sure why Princess has done it. But basically, traditional dining time, from my experience recently, is it is just means you are having the same time every night, same wait staff, and the same table. In our experience, the traditional dining is usually in that dining room that is the most pain in the butt one to get to. So just a heads up, if you are doing traditional dining, pay attention to where you are going to, because you might have to do the whole like go up to a higher deck and go over and go down to your actual dining room, because you might not be able to access it from the mid or forward elevators. And lastly, flexible dining is exactly that. It is flexible. Maybe you want a dining reservation at 5 p.m. one day, but then the next day you have a specialty dining reservation, so you're not going to the main dining room at all. The following day, you know that you want to go at 7 p.m. because you have an excursion that will lead until 5 p.m. You have the flexibility to book dining reservations as you want, when you want. So this is a great option, especially if you have the Premier package and you know you're going to be doing more specialty dining because they're included in the Premier package. Or if you're just like, hey, I just want to be able to come at different times. Now, you might have different wait staff and you might have a different table, but your dining room will stay the same every night. So basically, your three options are the same dining time every single night, different dining times, or not dining at all, like you choose when you want to dine, or the walk-in option where you just show up. Now, commonly people are like, hey, are the menus the same? Are they different? All three dining rooms are going to have the same menu, and you are going to see that they're in different dining rooms. So you're going to want to pay attention which dining room is offering what. So especially if you're doing the walk-in, you cannot show up to the traditional dining room and expect to get a seat. That's not it. If you have a reservation, you need to pay attention. Are you in the traditional dining room or are you in the flexible dining room? Pay attention to where they are and how to get there. Because like I said, there is that dining room on most of the ships that is a pain in the butt to get to. If you're on the Coral class ships, so the Coral Princess or the Island Princess, there are only 2 dining rooms on those ships. All the other ones have 3, but on that ship, there are only 2. So you'll want to pay attention to which one you're in. I feel like the flexible and the walk-in are combined into one dining room, but I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that. Always, always, always check your dining reservation to see which dining room you're in. In terms of the menu, you have the exact same menu in all 3 dining rooms or all 2 dining rooms on the Coral class. So you are not getting a different menu because you did walk-in versus traditional versus flexible. It is the same menu. If you are staying in a sanctuary collection room, so that's on the Sphere class ships of the Sun Princess and the Star Princess, or if you're in a reserve collection room, which are the suites, select suites on the other ships, you have your own dining room that is included in your cruise fare, but sometimes it's within one of the dining rooms. So when we were on, I want to say it was Sky Princess, I could be wrong about this, the reserve was in with the walk-in dining room. So you're going to want to check your information. If you are in one of these staterooms that includes this, you do have a different menu. It's mostly the same, but with some switches because you do have like a fancier menu, but you'll have like a dedicated area within that dining room. On the Sphere class ships of the Sun and the Star Princess, you actually have an entire dining room to yourself. So you're going to want to make sure that you know where that dining room is in order to find it. So always, 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 no matter what ship you're on and what type of reservations you're doing, or if you're even doing walk-in, make sure you check where you are supposed to go because there are multiple dining rooms on these ships and you don't want to have to like miss your reservation because it took you an hour to find where you were going. Another common question we get is like, what about drinks? And if you have the drink package or drinks included, yes, if you have the drink package, you can order drinks at the dining room. Your wait staff will bring it to you. If you do not have the Plus or Premier package and you just still want to order a glass of wine or something like that, you're more than welcome to do that and you just will be charged to your stateroom. The menus include an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert, but we've had no problems ordering extra desserts, extra entrees, extra appetizers, pretty much whatever you want within reason. I have not heard Princess limiting anything, unlike some other cruise lines. Also, if you're like, hey, I really wanted a steak, but I couldn't get it from the Crown Grill, I couldn't get reservations in the Crown Grill, Princess does have the option, usually at the very bottom, to like upscale your dining experience by having some of those add-ons for an extra cost. So usually there's a lobster and there's a steak option every single night. So I hope that explained what the main dining room is and what you can expect from it. Let me know in the comments below, do you prefer the walk-in, the flexible, or the traditional dining? And go check out this video right here because I'm going to explain to you all about casual dining, what it is, what venues there are, and whatnot, because that is honestly the most frequently asked question in our Facebook groups.